The one true ruler, whose very power limit is unknown. Today, we have the king. He can phase through dimensions, unleashing ultimate power, and his swords slice through anyone unlucky enough to be in his way. Today, we are using the king in the Dark Mirror, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so here we are in Act 1, just after the adventurer fight, and he has finally showed himself. Today, we are going to be using the prisoner. Yeah, baby! Now, prisoner here is a physical speed skull, so we are going to be swapping him out for Ghoul here, and the items we are rocking, we've got the standard sword, the Carlane insignia, and the Cup of Longing. So we're going to be trying to build him up with 5 masterpiece because we get a 40% increase for every masterpiece inscription.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And this will get buffed when we hit 5. We also want to try and get 4 courage on him. And the way you want to be playing king here is it's like a Ghoul where you do not want to be swapping out because you will lose all of your dead cells, which give you the increased physical attack, the increased skill cooldowns, and the reducing of damage. Let's come down here, use the broadsword. When this guy does get upgraded to legendary, he does have the ability to change all of his skills if you find the chests, and we're really going to try and build this guy by using the trap. That is the best way to build this guy in my opinion, even though the lance is very good, but for boss fights I think the traps is just so much better. And let's make our way over here. We will just use the shield to kill the electric guys because they are so annoying, and we are taking a ton of damage, so if we don't find any masterpiece items soon, we might be getting rid of the Cup of Longing because I do not want to die. Let's take the money, move on to the shop. We are going to be picking up the food. Let's take the blue flask, and we will be picking up the fighter's belt. Now let's move on to the skull room here. We are really trying to prioritize getting this guy up to legendary as quick as possible because king does get so much better when he is upgraded, because when he's upgraded you get a lot more dead cells so much quicker. They also do stay for longer, so you do just want to get this guy upgraded as quick as possible. Let's see who we get. Pike can get destroyed, and if we're lucky I would really like to try and find the Crown of Thorns. That would pair very nicely with the Cup of Longing obviously, and we also do want to try and do a crit build on this guy because it works insanely well.
Aiming ball of foreshadowing.
And let's open the Omen chest here. Nothing too good, so we'll just take the standard armor, and we are onto the Yggdrasil fight.
Okay, let's go.
40 bone fragments off getting this guy to legendary, so we should be able to get it just in Act 2. And Yggdrasil here shouldn't be too much of a problem. We should be perfectly fine. We've got my 2 favorite skills on prisoner to start him off with, the broadsword and the shield. And really quickly guys, I did just want to say, if you are new here and you do enjoy the Skul videos, we are trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of March. So if you're new and you enjoy the Skul videos and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get notified whenever I upload next. And Yggdrasil here is nearly going to be finished off. We just need to get the skill cooldowns remaining and the basic attacks. If we can find Kyrian, that will work extremely well with prisoner because his basics are very good. And Yggdrasil here should be finished off with a broadsword, and first phase is down. And we can actually use these spikes to our advantage, using them to get the shield hit off. And we are playing it just a little bit slowly. We don't exactly have the greatest items in the world. The only thing that is giving us the extra boost is the Cup of Longing. But Yggdrasil here, when we get the broadsword back, should just be finished. And there we go. Yiggy is dead. And we can open the chest here. What are we going to get? And you guys know what I'm going to say. It is the best item in the game. We are going to be picking up the ring. And let's enter the curses here. What are we going to be picking up? We are just going to be picking up Super Baby, maxing that out, and let's move on to Act 2. 60 bone fragments, so we still can't get this guy upgraded. We are going to be, like I said, focusing on the skull rooms to try and get this guy to legendary as quick as possible. Let's kill the trumpet dudes before anything happens. And we've only got the 1 butler up top. Let's kill him. Let's take the money, move on to the skull room. And as you can see, guys, we are on to level 10 of the Dark Mirror, so if we do beat this will be the first time I have beaten level 10 here, and of course it did have to be with prisoner. There was no other way that I could have beaten it. And we do get the reroll NPC. We're not going to be bothering about that because, like I said, I've got my 2 favorite skills in the broadsword and the assault shield. Let's see who we get. Water Skull can get destroyed. Let's move on to the shop, and we do get the hunter's boots. We will be picking those up. Let's open the green flask, swap mage out for Genie and him for Pike. And let's come up top. Let's re-roll for an item. And we do get approaching death, so we might as well pick it up. It is a legendary. It does give us a little bit of hidden blade, which is never a bad thing, so we can move on here. Let's swap out to prisoner, and we'll use the broadsword. That should be able to finish nearly everybody off. And like I said, we are really just trying to get this guy up to legendary as quick as possible. But if we could also get 2 more masterpiece items, that would also help, because with the Cup of Longing, we've got it on 3 right now, and when it does get upgraded, I'm guessing we might get a 90% boost. I couldn't really tell you because I've never used the item before, but if we are going to stick with this masterpiece build, all that I ask is that we do find the Crown of Thorns. And if we are lucky here, we should be able to get this guy up to legendary. We do find Ninja.
Nice.
So I'm going to be able to just do this trap room real quick, and we'll be able to upgrade this guy to legendary after the adventurer fight. And there we go. We do have Ninja. We can just let him get destroyed. Let's see who we get here. And we'll let him get destroyed as well. And we do have the bone fragments to be able to get this guy up to legendary. And we're fighting the hero and the priestess. We're going to be going after the priestess first. And luckily with the Cup of Longing, we are getting quite a big damage boost off of that. And the priestess is nearly stunned. We do want to break that. Let's go for the broadsword, and she is nearly dead now. If we hit her with the final broadsword, we didn't even need to. She's already down. Only got the hero left. And this shouldn't be causing us a problem at all. We can use the archer's ability against her for the dodge. And the hero is nearly finished. We've only got a couple more skills, and then he should be dead. Let's use the broadsword here and the shield, and the hero is down. And we do get the chosen hero circlet. That is an insane pickup for us. So let's take this. If we could also get the archer's legendary, I would have taken it, but no. I mean, the wooden longbow isn't bad. We'll take it for the standard issue armor. Let's destroy the petty thief, and we can move on here and upgrade this guy up to legendary. Okay, here we are. We have the king.
Oh, let's go! That's class!
Now, we are not going to be swapping out. We are literally just going to be using this guy because we want to be able to keep our cells up to a maximum of 10. And we're also going to be wanting to try and find some chests. And we've only got the final few enemies remaining. The broadsword should be able to finish this guy off. And we've got a maiden and a butler. They're not going to be doing any damage to us. Let's take the money, move on here. And we do get a trap room. What are we going to find? I mean, the wind spirit is just not worth it for damage we could take. So we're just going to be moving on. And we are onto the shop. And we will be swapping out Pike for Hunter. Take the blue flask. And we do get the Bone of Courage, which is quite good. Let's take this for the approaching death. We will also get rid of the insignia and pick up the lunar ring, and also take the 10 bone fragments. And let's come up here, re-roll for the final item. And we do get the Pot of Greed, so we are going to be taking it for the Hunter's one and the longbow. Let's move on here. And the voodoo doll isn't really what I want, so we will just let that get destroyed. Move on to the next skull room. And we're really just trying to find some chests here, because we do want to get the new traps, like the wolf trap and the circular saw. That is my favorite abilities on this guy. So if you can find some cursed chests, I don't know if I'll be taking them, because that 50% increase in damage is quite nice, but you do also take the extra 50% yourself. And everybody's dead. Let's see who we get. Ninja can get destroyed. Hopefully if we can find a few more uniques, and if you can find, say, some legendaries, that would be good, just to be able to get the totems as maxed out as possible. But we are doing quite literally some insane damage at the minute. And who is down here? The reroll NPC, not worth it to use, so we will just let her stay in that cage. And let's see who we get again. Mummy. Let's move on to the item room. Let's come up top here to kill you. We'll go into the corner just to kill this Gatling gun guy, and let's wait for him to do his moves. Then we can come in with a big swing, and we're going to be trying to take out all the ads first before we go and kill the sun dude. And now he's by himself. He should be an easy pick. We're just really trying to keep our cells at a maximum of 10, and it looks like we are onto the sisters fight. Let's open the ominous chest. Nothing too good, so we will just destroy the omen item, and let's move on. This sisters fight should be quite simple, so let's go.
This is big brain time.
Okay, so here we are on the sisters. It shouldn't be too bad of a fight. We do just need to be a little bit careful with the skill cooldowns and stuff, and not to get hit. So let's just wait for one of the sisters to be able to fight. Let's go for the shield charge. We'll just wait for her to do these 3 attacks. When she does the jump, we can go in for the big slam on the broadsword. Let's use the shield to get the free damage off. And this is where we really just want to be stacking loads of damage against it. And we couldn't finish her on this first phase, which is quite unfortunate, but we should be fine. And the second sister is taking a lot of damage here. We can use the assault shield. Let's go in for the dodges and the hit. And one of them is nearly dead. A broadsword should be able to kill her here. Let's use it. And that was the wrong sister. And the sisters are killed. Let's move on to the second phase. Shouldn't be doing too much damage to us. Let's hit her with a broadsword and a shield charge. And we're just going to be trying to play it just a little bit safely. We can just walk out of the way of that attack, use the broadsword again, and when she goes for another hit, we do want to be using the shield to get that extra bit of counter damage. Let's use the shield, get the big damage off, go for the broadsword. Luckily, we are doing some insane damage right now, especially with the crits that we are getting. That is why I just personally love the broadsword so much. Go for the charge, and this sister's fight is basically finished. A few more broadsword hits, and she's going to be dead. If we can get the counter right and hit her with the final broadsword, she is so low. This should be able to finish her off, and there we go. The sisters are done. Let's open the chest here. Just give us one more masterpiece item, or give us Thieves' Blacksteel daggers. I am certainly not going to complain about that. Let's pick that up. We'll leave the Lunar Ring for now, and let's move on to the curses. And we are going to be picking up Kingslayer, and also picking up Soul Strike, and upgrading it once. And let's move on here to Act 3, but before that, we can go down to the health totem and put all our bone fragments into it, sitting nicely on a comfortable 384 health. And I have gone and picked Super Baby for this fight, just because with King, I do not want to die, because this is the first time I've been able to use him in so long. So we are playing it just a little bit more safely, which is certainly not a bad choice. We can make our way down here, and we do find a chest. Where is it? You can tell that you get one because you do hear the sound effect that comes with it. Let's use the broadsword to kill the golem, and it is sat literally right in the way of the trap. Luckily, we shouldn't be able to take damage here, and the ice crossbow we're not bothered about. Let's move on, take the money, move on here, and we do get a trap room, which is quite good if we can get a little bit of masterpiece from this. And we're not going to be buying the chest. Let's move on here. We should be at a shop, and we do find the Berserker's Gauntlet. Let's pick this up for the standard sword, and we only need to find one more masterpiece item to get the Cup of Longing upgraded. And we do find the Sage's Time, which is extremely good. Let's pick this up, and there we go. We have got the masterpiece upgraded. So now we are getting a 60% boost, and every time a masterpiece inscription is destroyed, we get an extra 50% physical attack. So let's pick this up for the Berserker's Gauntlet. We are just going to be destroying that. Let's take the max life, and we can move on here to the next Skull room. Really just trying to get all of the totems upgraded, so we're going to be focusing on Skull rooms for a while. But if we could find some more chests to upgrade our weapons, that would be great. And the alchemist here is just going to be sat there killing himself, so we can just move on, kill the guys up top. We don't need to worry about him, and he's down. Let's move on all the way up top here. Let's see who we get. Rockstar can get destroyed. Now, like I said, if you can just get some legendaries, that would be quite nice. There is a chest in this room, and are you going to give us any of the traps? Let's open this up. What are we going to be getting? And the double crossbow, I'm not really too big of a fan of that, so we are just going to be leaving that one behind. And the only thing I could ask now is that we do find some more masterpiece items, just so we can get that extra boost off the Cup of Longing. Let's see who we get. Alchemist can get destroyed. Let's move on to the item room. Looking quite healthy on bone fragments, which is never a bad thing. And we do get King Slime down there. That could work very well in our favor here. And we do get a legendary chest, so let's open this up. And we do get Hope Slasher, so we are going to be taking this for the Hunter's Boots. So let's destroy that. And is there anything I want to get rid of here? Not really. The only thing I could ask is that you don't give us the second Omen item. And what are we going to be getting here? It is the Cup of Fate. Like I said, I'm not going to be taking this, even though it would increase our damage so much. I don't want the halved health, so we're just going to be moving on to the adventurer fight. Who do we get? The Paladin, the Hero, and the Thief. Shouldn't be a problem here, so we can just move on. We're going to be going after the Hero and the Paladin first. And the Hero is broken. He's taken a lot of damage. He is finished. Let's go after the Paladin now, and the Thief is down. We are doing so much right now. Let's just hit him with a charge, and they're all dead. And we do also find the Chosen Hunter's Arrow, so we will be picking this up. Let's take it for the Champion's Belt. So now we're going to be really trying to find some more crit items. I've no idea what's happening in this run, but I wanted an overpowered King run, and this is what I am getting. So let's use the rest of the bone fragments to upgrade the totems. We're going into our attack speed and skill cooldowns now, and all that I can ask is that we find the gunpowder sword, because if we're going for a crit build now, which it looks like we are, getting gunpowder sword would just make us do so much more damage.
Aiming ball of foreshadowing.
even though we are literally doing so much right now, hitting just basics for an extra 200, and our sword is critting for 2,000 every time. This is most possibly one of the strongest runs I have ever had. And we do get a chest. If we could find the wolf trap down here, that would be great. And let's open the chest here. What are you going to give us? And the blood sword isn't too good, so we'll just be moving on here. Let's take the next skull room. Now, like I said, if we can get the totems maxed out, that'll be great, because we can get the extra physical damage from that. But it's not like it really matters too much right now, because we are just one-banging everyone anyway. So let's use the shield to get the charge damage. Let's see who we get. Clown can get destroyed. Let's move on to the shop. We will be taking the max life. Let's swap out Hunter for Ninja. We'll also take the red flask and swap Gravy for Ninja. We're going to be buying the Warrior's Gloves just to destroy it for the extra 50% damage. And we're going to be coming in here and locking in Strike. Let's move on to the next skull room, because our items are looking very, very good. So I don't know if we're really going to be trying to swap them out. There's only a very few that I would want. It'll be kind of insane if we do find them, but I don't think we have a very high chance to, because we've only really wanting Gunpowder Sword and just some more Masterpiece items to get destroyed. But other than that, this run is finished already. Let's move on to the item room. We're just trying to keep our HP as maxed out as possible going into the Chimera fight. Luckily, it does help if you are just one-shotting everyone, which I'm not going to complain about. We do get another chest here, so let's open this up. And there we go. We do get the cleaver, so we can take this for the assault shield. And the cleaver here is one of the strongest items or skills in the game for good old King here. So let's open the ominous chest. And I don't know what's happening, but we have found it. We have found Gunpowder Sword, so we're going to be picking this up. Let's take it for the Great Sage's time, which I know we're losing our courage, but we can easily just lock it in at the shop. And let's go into the Chimera fight here. And when I said I wanted an insane King run, I have certainly got it. The only other thing that I could want is that if we find the other traps, so the wolf trap, that would just make this run so good, because we are doing so much damage to Chimera now. He's almost nearly dead. We can just dodge through his poison, activate the cleavers, and he's just down. And let's check the chest here. What are we going to be getting? And we did need a quintessence. We do find the Shadow Knights, so let's pick this up, and we can move on here to the curses. And we are going to be putting a point into Predicted Pain, putting another one in it, and we can't max either of these two out, so we are just going to be moving on here, saving our Dark Hearts, and let's upgrade our skill cooldowns as max as possible. And I don't know what more I could want from this run in terms of items. The only thing I could ask is that we find 3 more Masterpiece items to destroy to get the max 500% boost, because flat right now we are sitting at only 1,100, which doesn't seem too bad, but with the extra damage from the crits, we are just doing so much. Let's use Shadow Knights here just to kill everybody on the field, and yeah, nobody is standing a chance against us. It's just so great. Let's use the cleaver and the sword to kill Guts here. Let's take the money, move on, and now it is literally just a race to the hero fight. And I can tell you guys, Prisoner is still as overpowered as he once was. If you've never used him, I would highly recommend it. You might not get the insane luck that I'm having on this run, but even so, he can still literally one-shot anybody. Let's take the money, move on to the skull room, and we do get another chest, which is great. If you can find, like I said, the wolf traps or maybe an upgraded broadsword, that would be good. But we're just going to be using the Shadow Knights here to finish off the big purple enemy. Let's open the chest here. What are we going to be finding? And light speed certainly isn't bad, so you know what, we will be taking it for the broadsword. Let's see who we get. Ninja again. I thank you for your sacrifice. And we will be taking the 10 bone fragments here. Let's buy the Berserker's Gauntlet just to let them get destroyed. And we're going to be coming in here and locking in our 4th and final courage. So now we only need 2 more Masterpiece items to get destroyed. And we do find another chest in here, which is great. We can use light speed to just kill everybody else. And let's open the chest. If you give us wolf traps, I will be so happy. And phaser, we're not bothered about, so let's move on here. Let's see who we get. DP can get destroyed. Let's move on. Dash right in, use light speed to just finish everybody off. And we are going to be using the Shadow Knights here just to kill everybody in this room. And we are just doing so much damage. It is so quite literally insane. The only unfortunate thing is that we haven't found any kind of curse chest. And nothing too good, so we're going to be destroying the Omen. And let's move on to the Adventurer fight. And who are we going to be fighting? I'm guessing it's going to be the Archer. No, it's going to be the Paladin. Okay, haven't fought him in a while. He does have the most health, which isn't going to be be a problem for us. Let's use light phaser here, and we're just going to be setting up the cleavers to do some massive damage on this dude. And you can just sit in there. Let's activate the cleavers, use light speed, and we're just going to be waiting for the Shadow Knight cooldown to come off. And you can sit in the cleavers there. We'll activate Shadow Knights, and this dude's almost nearly dead. And whilst you're sat in the middle, luckily cleavers will just be able to kill you. Just sit there for me, pal. And the paladin, even with his mass amounts of HP, just can't stand up to us. And let's destroy the gambler. Let's move on here, and we've got 132 bone fragments to put in the totems, so we can max out the skill cooldowns and just move on to the physical attack. And I do promise you guys, this run is not rigged. We are just getting insanely lucky, and it did just have to be on the prisoner run, which I'm not going to be complaining about, like you lot know. Let's check the chest here. What are we going to be getting? And the Spartan sandals we're not bothered about. Let's just move on here. We will use the Shadow Knights to kill everybody up top, and let's take the money, move on here. And this run is just going like I would really have hoped it would, with the insane luck and the damage we're doing. Let's come down here, use light phaser to kill everybody in one shot. Let's speak to the Dark Knight and get the 44 shields. And this just proves why Prisoner is still, in my opinion, the best skull in the game. Let's take the money, move on to the skull room. Now, if we can get the physical attack totem maxed out, that'll be great. I've never done it before in any of my other runs. And let's open the chest here. And the crossbow we're not bothered about. We will be moving on. Light speed should be able to finish everybody else off here. Let's see who we get. Warlock, thank you for your sacrifice. We're just trying to keep our HP up as max as possible for the Joan fight. And we do have an NPC. Who's it going to be? The Halfling girl? I'm certainly not going to complain about. It is just a free heal. And we do get the 30%. I will be taking it. Let's move on here. Only got a final few enemies remaining. Let's take the money, move on to the shop, and let's buy the Great Sage's time just to let it get destroyed again. We'll buy the 10 bone fragments and move on. Only one more masterpiece item needed to get this guy and the Cup of Fate maxed out. We will just use the Shadow Knights here because why not? Mainly just to finish all of the enemies off. And we do get the Harpy Knight up there, which is great, getting a few more ticks on the bone fragments. We can come in here, use the phaser on Guts, and you are dead. Let's speak to the Harpy Knight, and we do get another unique. What is happening? Let's destroy him. We should be able to get the totems nice and maxed out now. All I can ask is just give us the wolf traps, and I will love this game forever and ever. And we are onto the Joan fight now. We all know she has her 2 phases, but this fight's going to be an absolute breeze. We're going to be fighting her totems first and then Joan herself, so we're going to be saving the Shadow Knights for that fight, but it doesn't really matter anyway because we are just killing absolutely everybody. Let's use the light phaser, and we're going to have to switch over to the second one because she is just loving putting them shields up. And the first totem on the right is finished. Let's make our way over to the one on the left. Luckily, it should just be dead from a few more attacks. And there we go. Let's move on to Joan herself. Let's make our way up top. We will activate Shadow Knights, put the cleavers down, go in for a light phase, and Joan is basically dead here. We can avoid the attack here, and the cleavers should be able to finish the job for me. And yeah, she's just killed. We can open the chest here. What are we going to be getting? And you know what? We will just destroy the terrible blade shards, get the Cup of Fate maxed out. We're getting an extra 500% physical attack increase off it now. And we just sat at a base of 1.5k. And we're going to be moving on to the curses. We can upgrade Predicted Pain and Soul Strike to maximum. And I don't know what could kill us here. So we are just going to be putting the rest of the bone fragments into the totems. And this is the first time that I have ever got all 3 maxed out. So we are doing so much damage and we can't be killed. This run is just so good that I don't even know what else I could want to just make even better. The only thing is that if we find a chest in the final room and get a wolf trap, that would make this run completed and done. And I do lie because we do find troll. So we're going to be picking that up for the Shadow Knights. We can just let that get destroyed for the extra 15 HP. And it is about that time, guys, where I do say if you have enjoyed and you do want to help support the channel, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and there will be a playlist linked down in the description to all my other Skul videos. And there'll also be a link to the Discord if you do want to speak to me and any other members of the channel. And we do find our first and final curse chest, so let's open this up. Please give us wolf trap. And the blood sword, we're not going to be taking it, we can just move on here, but we've got the extra 50% damage. The hero fight shouldn't be too bad. Let's just make our way in here. And we all know he's got his 2 phases. The first phase shouldn't be causing us a problem at all. Let's just let him sit in the traps, activate troll here, and this is where we can do our big damage. So let's just let him sit in the cleavers, go for a light phase, and we can just go for the basics, and this should be enough to just kill him anyway. Let's just let him sit in the cleavers there. They can do so much damage for us, and he's almost out of his first phase already. Let's just not let him get to his unbreakable attack, and we can come here, set up the cleavers, use a light phase, dodge through that, and he's down out of his first phase. Okay, this second phase should be an absolute breeze. We've got Troll activated. We've got all our skills off cooldown. So let's just come in here. Let's wait for him to do his 2 big attacks. And we can dodge out the way of you. Dodge out the way of that. Activate the cleavers. Let's let him sit in it and activate Troll to get all the big gunpowder hits off. And the hero here is just taking so much damage. Let's wait for him to sit still, activate the cleaver where he stood, and this is where we can deal insane amounts of damage. Let's activate the cleaver, use light phase, use the cleaver again and activate Troll. Whilst he's sat in this corner, we can do some big damage. And let's put the cleavers back down, use light phase, and we should be fine here. Let's just sit in the corner. We don't want to be dying here. We do get the hero circle activated, so we are invulnerable for a few seconds. Let's wait for him to sit down, put the cleavers down, and we do use the revive, which is unfortunate, but the king, he always rules. So that was our prisoner run in level 10 of the Dark Mirror. So if you guys did enjoy, you're doing to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new here. This has been Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.